Welcome to chair yoga. Today will be a mini practice. So we'll be practicing for about a half hour together today. Let's join each other and take a comfortable seat. Let's sit towards the middle or front edge of your chair with your feet a little bit forward in front of your knees. And as you take a seat, look around your practice space, orient yourself to the space that you're practicing in. And after you kind of take a look-see around, start to relax your eyes or close your eyes if that feels safe for you, turning and directing your focus inward. Let's scan from the top of our head all the way down to the soles of our feet. Just getting familiar as you take a look-see within yourself, noticing places that may feel spacious and open. Noticing places that maybe you hold tension or stress. And then let's connect our focus to our senses, noticing the sound in your practice space. Maybe it's the external sound, or maybe it's the sound of your breath that you can hear. And noticing the aroma and the scent. What do you smell? Noticing what you taste. And noticing physical sensations. Maybe the skin and the clothes where they meet, or those contact points with the chair and the floor, temperature in the room. Take one or two more breaths here, just noticing. And then bringing our hands on the heart, let's bring in an intention, a dedication for this practice. This could be for your self-care. Maybe you would like to be a little more mindful, another being that you know could really use some good energy sent their way. So if you have it to give, maybe centering on someone you love or care for, or someone you've heard about that may need some extra good vibes, good energy sent their way. And then deepen your breath. So we want that intention of feeding ourselves, our self-care, and giving from that overflow if you chose to dedicate to this practice to someone else. So it's not depleting either way. And bring your right hand on top if it's not already. And lightly open your eyes, and let's start to move with our breath. As you breathe in, open your right arm to the side and look over your shoulder, look towards your right hand, and then exhale, bringing it back to center. And then the left hand, breathe in, give a little twist looking over to the left side, follow the hand, and then exhale back to center. Breathing in, the right side opens, and then exhale, close. And then the left side. Let's do this one more time with the inhale, feeling and noticing. Breathing in, open to the side, little twist, and then exhale, neutral, and then the left side. And then pause here. We're going to move on the exhale this time. So breathe in while you're facing neutral and center, and breathe out, twist to the right. Breathing in, come back to neutral, and breathing out, twisting to the left. A few more times on your own. Eyes following your hand, connecting inside with your breath. On the exhale, bringing in that twist. On the inhale, coming back to center. After the left side, pause here. Take a moment to feel. And taking your arms down beside you, breathing in, raise your arms up to a comfortable reach and height above you or in front of you, depending on your shoulders, and then exhale, lower. Breathing in, raise your arms up and down. Eyes open or closed. What's going to help you focus on the breath? Focus on what we're practicing here. So I know sometimes when we carry a lot of stress or our minds are kind of bouncing around to different things, it's always helpful to have a tool to help us center. So let's use our breath, the practice, the feel, your intention as a way to focus. Let's do that one more time together. What's happening now? And when your hands come down, rotate so your palms are open, your thumbs are back, and then reach up and out to the side. Eyes are going to follow, and then exhale, look down. Let's bring the neck and the shoulders into this. Breathing in, raise your arms, looking upward, and then downward. Two more times on your own, connecting moment to moment, breath to breath, stringing them together like a mala, garland. And then let your arms relax down. Raise and lift one shoulder up, drop the other one down, and then go back and forth. This little teeter-totter move in the shoulders. Breathing in a way that's supporting you. You don't want strain in the breath, strain in the body. So where there's an audible whisper that you can hear, but it's not forced. And one more time, raising and lowering your shoulders. And then taking your hands and pressing them out in front of you. Turn your palms and then touch the shoulders. And then breathing in, extend and exhale. Bend at the elbows. Practicing this a few times, warming up the elbow joints. And the next time we extend our arms, bringing your arms out to the side as in warrior two, and let's stay here, palms up. That's almost like the scales feel. A little bit of a bend in the elbow as you reach out through your arms, feel the heat building and the different sensations. And adding a lateral, bring right hand over to the left side, left arm reaches up and over. And add a little flow here. And then breathe in, come back to center, and breathe out, other hand over the opposite thigh, and then reach over. So if I say lefts and rights and we're opposite of each other, it's okay. Just continue to focus on breath, flow, connecting inward. If you're breathing, you're doing it right. Bless me. Then come on back to center. Exhale. Let it go. Roll the shoulders up, back and around. And bringing your right leg up. Let's hold the right leg. You could put a strap around the knee if you'd like, or behind the leg, or interlace the fingers. And adding a little bit of circular movement to your hip. And around in the other direction. And some points and flexes with your foot. Warming up the ankle joint and the bones of your feet. And then roll your foot around in a circle. And around in the other way. Extend your leg out. Let's bring a foot down to the floor, the heel down. Slide down your leg, but keep your chest upright and until you feel a stretch coming into the back line of your leg. Lengthen out through the top of your head and a little bit of a tuck inward with your chin. And then coming back up, bringing your right foot underneath your knee, and let's bring up the left leg and some circular movement. As you're circling your leg, sit up as tall as you can so you can feel contact points in the seat of your chair and you're not drooping down into the lower back or the hips. No drooping. And around in the other direction. And then some pointing and flexing of your foot. Sit up nice and tall all the way through the top of your head and circle your foot. Extending forward through your leg, lift through the chest, lift out of your hips, and lean into the stretch of the back of your leg. Taking your breath down through, feeling that flow, and using some of your tools to help center your focus, whether it's your intention, the feel of the stretch, the connection to the breath. Lift from your heart, come on back up, and then bring your feet a little bit forward in front of your knees. Lift up your heels and let's just circle, lifting the heels and letting the knees go in one direction. And then around in the other direction. And then bringing the feet down, firmly press through the soles of your feet, slide your hands toward your hips, lift through the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades in. And then exhale, round into the shoulders and maybe down into your lower back. So we're a little seated cat-cow, breathing in, opening the front line. And exhale, rolling into the back line. Coordinating your breath with the movement. And then after your exhale, sitting up into neutral, take your time with a breath. And let's bring in a twist, bringing your arms into a cactus shape. Exhale, turn to the right. As you're turning to the right, take this back hip, the right hip back with you, turning to the right. And then breathe in, come back to center, lift that right hip and bring it to neutral. And then exhale, sit your left hip back and then turn to the left. And breathe in, come back to center, picking up that left hip, sit bone, and planting to neutral. So on the exhale, right hip comes back, turn. Breathing in, center. Breathing out, left hip back, turn. And then back to center. Let's do that 3 more times on each side. And last time. That might be 4 times. Feel like I'm doing a little happy dance there. And then release and roll the shoulders. Check in. What do you feel here? Bringing your right leg out, you may want to kind of scoot over to the right side of your chair. Make sure that you feel stable. So the right knee comes out, left sit bone anchors you down, both sit bones on the chair. And then let's come over into our lateral stretch, either right hand on the thigh or forearm down. Bring your left arm up and over. Let's stay here a few breaths. Feeling the different sensations, connecting in with centering our focus. And the breath feeling smooth and peaceful and calming. If it doesn't feel that way to you, how can you adjust it so it does feel soothing to you? And then pressing into your legs to come on up and walking this right leg in. And let's go over to the other side of our chair. Left leg comes out. And then right arm comes up and over. So that right knee faces forward, the left leg opens us up. Stretching laterally. Get curious inside. Where do you feel your breath? Noting the attention span as you're connecting into the moment. If your mind flits away, call it back to your intention or the breath or your tools for practice. And then pressing into your legs to rise back up and release. Walking that left foot in and bringing your right ankle on top of the other ankle or up on top of the right thigh. So we're going to go into your hips here, lifting through your chest, hinging in your hips, so keep space in your lower back as you fold forward from your hip joints, not in your lumbar, not in your low back, until you feel that stretch coming into your right hip. Keep lifting through the chest and pulling your shoulders back so that we're working with our back strength as well. And leaning back, bring your arms up, and then bring left elbow on top, hugging the shoulders or intertwining your forearms, eagle variation with the arms. Sitting up with that mountain quality in your spine, a big lift. Exhale, unwind your arms. Take your hands either beside you, behind you, or hold onto the chair. Lean forward just a little bit more. And coming upright, and let's go ahead and with breath transition to our second side. So the variations don't need to look the same. Just kind of tune in and adjust to how your body shape is on the second side. And then easing forward into it with your chest staying open. Hinging in your hips until you feel a stretch in your left hip and your glutes. This can be a pose that would be useful if you have sciatica or a lot of tension in your lower back and hips. It's a pigeon variation. And coming back upright, shoulders over your hips into our eagle arms. Right elbow on top or intertwining forearms. Elbows choosing a height that feels good for your shoulders and to stretch, open your upper back. Internal or external focal point to help us stay centered. And releasing the arms, hands holding the back of the chair or coming behind you, leaning back into it, stretching into your hips, lengthening tall through the top of your head. And then centering back, bringing your feet down. You may want to bring your feet up onto something down on the floor, such as putting blocks or something underneath you. Today we're going to do a seated relaxation with meditation. So making yourself comfortable, come to the back of your chair, or if you're feeling like you'd like to lay your body down on the floor, you're welcome to do that, of course. And let's take a few moments just to come back to our center and to our intention. Watching the breath as it's rolling in and out like oceanic waves, calming the mind, soothing inside. Your breath returning to its natural state as we turn our focus inside. And we'll be working with a chant, something that we can work with to help center the mind in a peaceful way. And if you'd like to join me in saying out loud or chanting it out loud, you're more than welcome to, or just listen to that and let it resonate and move through you. The chant is, may all beings be at peace. And in Sanskrit, it's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And the chant is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Bringing your attention to your dedication or your intention. And if it was for another being, you may want to bring them into your heart, into your mind. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Take a few moments, settling inward, feeling the flow. May all beings everywhere be at peace including ourselves. And closing our practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, which is peace, 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 inward and outward peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And your hands uniting at your heart, closing your practice in gratitude, or however that feels authentic for you to seal our practice time today. And blessings to all of you. Thank you for joining us.